Have you ever wondered how artists create those dramatic cinematic scenes with intense lighting from behind the subject? In this video, I will teach you how to analyze, develop, and paint a scene like that, and even create it from memory. Let me show you the final result we are aiming for. At the end of this video, I will paint live with you, so you can see me apply all these concepts to a single painting. But before that, let's understand the science behind the art. Let's begin by observing this image. You will notice several interesting lighting phenomena at work here. The first thing to observe is that light don't get fully blocked by the object. Some of it actually passes through, especially in the translucent areas like skin, fabric, and so on. This creates those rich saturated red tones we see in the image. This phenomena happens in all sorts of objects, from leaves to hands when you place them against a lighting source. Even in mountain and solid objects. Don't believe me? Try observing it yourself. So, what is this phenomena called? It's called subsurface scattering. Yes, it's present in nature and especially in scenes with backlit lighting setup like this one. Moving on, another key effect is rim lighting. When the light source is behind the subject, it creates a bright glow around the edges. This is called rim light. Interestingly, this rim light appears more strong on the darker area rather than the lit part. Filmmakers and photographers knows this very well. That's why they intentionally place a backlight, often called rim light, behind the subject to create this dramatic effect. Okay, so what else do we observe? Does everything look like a silhouette? Yes, this is one of the most obvious but often overlooked aspect while developing such scenes. When an object is backlit, the part facing away from light look almost black, creating a high contrast. All of these lighting tricks, subsurface scattering, rim light and backlighting are crucial for creating this dramatic cinematic look. But there is one more important color observation I would like to share. Many artists assume that in a darker scene, you don't need to use highly saturated colors. But I have found the opposite is often true. The darker the area, the more saturated the color should be to make the light effect really pop. However, there is a key detail to note here. When a light beam falls on an object, the area where light meets the shadow is the most saturated. Gradually, the saturation level decreases as it moves into the shadow or the light area. Yes, you heard that right. Even the direct light area isn't as saturated as the terminator line, which is the point where light and shadow meets. Let me show you some example and walk through how I applied these principles to create this moody atmospheric painting. By the end of this video, you will have a solid understanding of how to analyze and create the captivating lighting setup in your own artwork. But before we jump into the painting, let's quickly recall what we have learned so far. First is subsurface scattering, then rim lighting, then silhouette effect. Then lastly we have learned about the darker the area, the more saturated its color would be. Now, I am going to show you a time-lapse video of this entire painting process.
Yay!
So sit back, relax and enjoy observing how these techniques come to life step by step on the canvas. Thank you for joining me on this artistic journey. If you found this tutorial helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe to drawing courses on the Learn to Draw channel and leave a comment below sharing what lighting techniques you are most excited to try in your next artwork. Until next time, keep creating.